Welcome back. Okay. Lotion. All right. Oh, I just look. I got a bright shirt on from the concert. One of those freebies they throw out into the crowd. One of those. Sheldon, you hungry? You hungry, boy? Oh, there you go. Num nums. I'm actually hungry. I should have ate before I came on. What do I want? Something quick. I need a Rice Krispie treat. Nothing like I don't even like these ones. They got M&Ms in them. I tried. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't do it. Alright. I'll wait. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'll leave after. Because that's not going to cut it. Oh my god, guys. I can see you. I can actually see you and what you're writing. Without squinting. I don't even need my glasses. It's great. I'm blind as a bat, but it's great. And I'm glad they let me do the contacts. But my eyes are really bad. Like, legally I'm blind. Like, legally blind to drive. They're like, we're going to have to, like, put that in the system. I'm like, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I just got to make sure I always have glasses in the car. I just didn't realize how blind I was. Do you know, I feel like when I look up close, it's so crazy that I can see like this. When I look up close is when I have my readers, right? So, like, far away, I thought my vision was perfectly fine. Like, my vision's actually a lot worse far away. So, my eyes are completely bloodshot. The class was only supposed to take a half hour to put contacts in and out. It took me about an hour. But I did the multifocal one. So it's got like 6 ridges in it, right? So, like, your eyes adjust to, like, near and far, wherever you are, right? So it is a little weird to get used to, but, like, I can see. Like, it's very odd, and I don't have glasses on, so it's great. Will be an adjustment, though, that's for sure. And I really wasn't trying to add on another fucking bill. Oh my god, contacts are expensive, guys. It's either that, if I went with glasses, I guess they make ones that don't have the lines, but, like, to have, like, the bifocal at the bottom, or whatever it's called, and then something up top. I have no idea. But my eyes are not great. And I didn't realize how bad they were. But I think a 3-month supply is going to cost me like $400. Like, what the fuck? Now, you know, like, really? Jesus. I'm like not looking forward to that aspect of it. That's crazy. And of course, like, the brand I need, not the brand, but the kind I need are more expensive anyway. You know? Which kind of sucks. Yeah, I can't even believe I'm already at the bivocal, whatever. Like, really? So I do have a little bit of a headache because I'm just trying to adjust. But I got the camera in my eyes. Like it's what do they call it? Like they're like, you can look at it like a birthmark, but it's a rare something that happens in your eyes. It's like most eyes look just like this, right? That's my right eye. It's got more of like a flare. It's like an extra something. They're like, it's actually extremely rare. I'm like, everything that happens to me is extremely rare. I'm gonna die of something extremely rare, It's probably be something fucking weird like that. But it's linked to your nervous system. I forget what it's called, I googled it. But it's actually, what is the word I'm looking for? I didn't save it. I have to go back. It actually helps your nervous system even more. Actually, it's like it actually helps. You think I'd have less fear when it comes to things because it's not triggered to. Hi, Max. It's like in the human brain. It surrounds the axon, which is, I know this because I studied the brain for a year. But it's how it relates to like the neurons. But it's like it also allows electrical impulses to transmit a lot more quickly to the nerve cells. So it's actually like it's something about, what did I read? It's something with like fear, almost like people who have it, like, I don't know, they probably don't do studies on the eyeballs, guys, but like I'll have to find it again, but you're less likely to be afraid of like certain things. You know what I mean? I don't know how it was written down, but I want to do a little more research with that. I just think it's great that I can look down and not have glasses on and read this. So this is great. And I can look up and read you guys. Well, I said like how, but I always knew it was something. She's like, I feel like this spiritual message. Oh my God, don't let me tell you about the stoplight. But I feel like it's something like a long time ago when I first went to the eye doc, they dilate. I didn't have my eyes dilated today. I did like the opto something. It's just an image versus dilation, which the insurance doesn't cover, which is bullshit. I had to pay $60 for a fucking photo when dilation is free. God forbid the insurance, incorporated fucking technology. But anywho, I always had this. I remember years ago, I went home crying. I was so scared. They're like, I think there's something with like within your brain. Like, we don't know. It could be a tumor, but that's probably what it was. So I was expecting to see something. But he's like, even the two doctors, because one was the one doctor that's like, what do you call it? Like, no, pre-med, you do that for, you intern for a couple of years or whatever. So I think it's not like that. She was great. The regular doctor kind of creeped me out a little bit. He only came in at the end. But both of them are like, you don't know how rare this is. It's so cool to see. Like, we don't see it enough. So it's just so cool. She was saying, and he's like, yeah, I guess I don't know how to explain it. I guess you can look at it as like a birthmark. Like it's very rare, and it's nothing to even worry about. But they like seeing rarities. You know what I mean? Because they see the same thing all fucking day. So it's exciting to them. But I was doing some research, and it does sound pretty cool. It is linked to my nervous system. But anywho, so I don't know if it's the same spot or it wasn't the same spot as before. I don't know. But I was expecting something because I remember being scared shitless. So anywho, right, there's probably a message here with sight or something. So I was getting off the highway last week, and I don't take the highway that often. And I took it like 3 times this week, which is very, very weird. But there was a car on there's 2 lanes. You can go right all the way that way. And then if you want to, you can't go straight. You can only go left. So, but it V's off like this, like the poles are like right there. Like it's a big V, you know, one way or the other. And if you go left, there's 2 lanes to go left in. And on the right-hand side, I'm like, oh, I got stuck behind somebody the first time. Their hazards weren't on, but they were waving like the car couldn't move. So I'm like, okay. It happened again the next day. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. So Mia drove on the highway for the first time the other day. She navigated to the left lane. I was like, oh, you want to stay in the right lane? She's like, well, a little late now. I'm like, it's fine. But anyway, when the traffic started moving, we realized like, oh, stay here because somebody was broken down with their hazards on in the right lane. Sure as fucking shit, guys, I get to the same exact fucking spot. My entire car fucking dies. Just dies. Like the radio's still going, like it just dies. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't the normal like shutdown when you come to like a red light, the car engine shuts off. So I'm like, what the actual fuck? So I put it back in park. I give it a second. I got my hazards on because I'm like getting off the highway. I just want to be cautious, right? No one's behind me, but I'm just trying to be cautious. But my first thing was I put the hazards on, which is weird because I typically wouldn't do that. I mean, I would, but not like the way it told me to put my hazards. I don't know, guys. Everybody else's hazards want to, like, I know it's a thing to do, but it was fucking weird. Anywho, so I went to start the car. The car started right back up. It made a little bit of a noise, but then it said system reboot. My car has never did a system fucking reboot, guys. Like, what the actual fuck? And I was telling my parents, and they're like, yeah, it's a coincidence. But, like, I'm like, so what do you think it is? Like, I'm not thinking, like, lead lines and stuff. I'm thinking, like, there's too much power in that one area. I don't know what it is. Is it from a power line? Like, there's no way that shit is not a fucking coincidence. I was the 4th person that I saw this week in the same fucking exact spot. No word of a lie. And then when my car rebooted, it said system reboot as if it was a fucking phone. And then my car was fine. It drove fine. I was like, but now I'm like a little weary. And my dad's like, no lights on, nothing. I'm like, no, nothing. Like as if like it didn't even happen. So he was laughing at me. I'm like, but when you get off the highway, you know, stay to the left. Like, don't you think that is so strange? I don't know what to make of it. You know? And he's like, full moon Saturday. Like, he was like busting my chops. And I'm like, don't be a fucking asshole. Like, it's fucking odd. It's so strange. I can, preferably after work. I'm out of work 12:15. I would be there by like 1 o'clock. That way I don't have to backtrack. Okay, perfect. I'll talk to you later. Just started YouTube. Love you. Yeah, like energy vortex. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm like what the fuck? Like, I just think like if I'd be like wicked paranoid in my car right now if I didn't happen to see it just happened to 3 previous people. But like my brain like told me to like put on like the hazards right away. And I know that's a thing you do, guys, but like I'm telling you, there was something very strange about it. I'm not like, oh, I'm not saying like I felt eerie energy or anything like it wasn't like that. It's almost like my brain just like automatically was like, okay, hazards, and then what's next? Like my brain wouldn't typically do that. It's just, it wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, my car. Like I'm telling you, like I've broken down before. My brain never goes to instantly hazards. So I thought that part was a little strange, and I'm not trying to like read into it or anything, but I don't know. And then I was like, oh, okay. Like, and all the lights were still on. Guys, all my lights, when the car was dead, my radio was still working. The lights were on. I was still in drive. Like, it was fucking weird. Like, if your car was to typically like die, I would assume like everything would just like shut down, like lights, like everything. But like my shit was still on. The engine had just failed. I'm assuming the engine failed. And I had to literally shut everything off. Like, I shut my radio off. I shut the AC off. Like, my brain told me to shut that shit off before like even like restarting the car. So I mean, it whatever just happened was fucking weird, and I hope very random. And I don't know what it'd be, but not a coincidence that I am the fourth person in the same exact spot, guys. It'd be even weirder if it was just like the right lane, or like I'm talking like in the same exact spot. The first one or second one in line. I just happened to be the first one today. I think yesterday when I noticed it, it was either like the distance, it was like, but it was like right in the front. It was very weird. So either something's really wrong with my car, or just something really strange just happened with it. Because even starting the car was weird. It's almost like it didn't want to start. But it did. It kind of like, but I'm like, if it was the battery, like it obviously wouldn't have started again. So yeah, I don't know. But now I feel like I should probably have like the car looked at just to check the battery, make sure it didn't drain it or something. Like, I don't know. It was very fucking weird. The odds of that happening. Same exact spot. 4 days in a row. It's Friday, right? And I saw it 4 times. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. So, and then my car was perfectly fine. And I don't know. I've never seen a car start up and say system reboot. And it's strange. Every single light like turned on in the car, like the whole entire system. Like, there had to have been like 50 lights on my dashboard at one time. I'm like, I didn't even know a fucking dashboard had that many fucking lights or info buttons, I mean, honestly, there can just be something wrong with my car, guys, and it's just happens to be a freaky fucking coincidence. But let's keep my fingers crossed and hope that there's nothing wrong with the car, because that always sucks. All right, so I'm trying to figure out if I should read off of this or like get more messages and like maybe like start a new one. So let me figure out what I want to do here with this, because this is clearly like a collective message in the sense of like everybody's capable of doing this. And that's why I was like, just you gotta feel it within your soul, though, if you're like making chi water or food or whatever you're doing, right? So like I've always known that. We all know that, whether people believe it or not, when it comes to the video that I showed you guys. It was just something about his video, as if like I could feel his soul or something, you know what I mean? Like, which makes a difference for somebody that's marketing something. He's obviously not marketing it like that, but like that's the way it came out. So there's just something about his soul and how it like his voice or whatever just told me like it's like a soul thing, right? It's so we all have this ability. We're all capable of doing this. It's just a matter of staying disciplined doing it. Some of you obviously have more of a capability of extending whatever this gift is. But I mean, everybody can do it. It's not like a selected group of freaking people here. I think there's only a selected group that can go above and beyond with something with this situation. But it's almost like you're ready to crack the code because the secrets are in here. So it's almost like you're real fucking close to discovering something about yourself. You know? And it's well-deserved justice in the sense of like the universe giving you justice, you know, for whatever it is you've like dealt with, gone through, lessons, you know, pushing through that type of stuff. But I feel like there's also something here where it's kind of like keep it to yourself with justice and solitude. So, you know, like solitude isn't always just about keeping your mouth shut, guys, obviously. You know what I mean? But it's not just about isolating either. It goes deeper than that. So this is either talking about your inner work, for what you've gone through, because this is like we're going into a new portal, and typically from eclipse to eclipse, sometimes it could last 5 years, 6 years. We're probably looking at it's either a 3-year or a 6-year thing that we're stepping into, depending on the alignment of the planets, which I don't know exactly where they're at, so don't quote me. But this is the start of something, or it's the start of something you should just attempt to do work on. We don't like not everybody wakes up and jumps right into like a ritual, a prayer thought, or you know. But some of you should attempt to do like the water thing, because I mean a lot of people bless their food, right? But like there's something about like the way you bless it. I don't know. It's like I said, like I don't know. It's within you, whatever this is. But I do feel like I keep hearing like you're about to crack a code. Probably about to create something. So I think I'm going to start another one. We'll leave this one here and we'll do another one. Because this is this is the beginning of something. Because I know I said like ending something, starting something, but this is definitely the beginning of something. And again, like I said, collective message, we're all capable of doing this. It's just a matter of how in tune do you want to get within your, you know, mind, body, soul type energy. But you are about to definitely crack a code from a different dimension. Just remember to be true to yourself. So I don't know if it's telling you to humble yourself. I don't know how quickly something ascends here. Because like I said, it could be like you almost like you have a magic touch and then all of a sudden just like, you know. So I'm not quite sure. But stay true to yourself. So if that could be on a everyday message too, like a mundane message in the sense of like, you know, people could just look at you because what are you doing? Well, I'm blessing my food. What do you mean you're blessing your food? You know what I mean? Like, Supplements can always help. Could be supplements, putting it in water. It's a couple supplements I bought. I think it's black. You put it in water. I forget what mineral it is. I think here you just need to stay more disciplined with whatever it is. Those of you, I mean, there's definitely something in your blueprint here. I don't know if there's something here with like trivia. Keep getting pulled to the organ, so that I don't know, like the heart's not that largest organ. Your skin is. So maybe that's a message: be comfortable in your own skin. Take care of your skin. Oils on your skin. Exfoliate your skin. All right. I just pulled the sexual energy. All right, and another message for the start of this eclipse. Well, you guys know what I mean. Like, it started in October, but like this is like it's closing out. The veil's thin. It's wherever this takes you for the next few years. That's the same card that just actually came out, and I just realized for the first time it says unconditional love. I didn't even pick up on that. I more picked up on the blueprint aspect of it. So even though it came out twice, I do feel like it has a different meaning to it this time around. Universal oneness, transcending, transcendence. That just says transcend, beyond. What does that say? 120, right? Looks like 128, but it's got to be 120. Another wraps her arms around her, wraps himself within her. The fairy godmother of spirit brings a message of protection. You're always being loved, guided, and protected. With your path, the hand of the drum, the spider, the spiral, baby kittens, elements are real. We can live life right now knowing that nothing lasts forever. So you might as well enjoy it while you have it. If you have someone who has transitioned into a non-physical, this card is a sign that they are with you. Could be a past loved one, an ancestor, a spirit guide. I think you're stepping more out of this tradition There's nothing wrong with that, but it's almost like it's not who you are. What am I looking for? How many times did I fucking flip that? It's 108, so Blue Tiger's Eye might be a good thing for you. It's easy for you right now to clear mental chatter beyond the obvious. This card engages with a giant sideways figure of 8 crystal skulls. The giant crystal skulls prevents this card. Something's going on with my back right now. A small crystal skull presents itself, meaning downloading information into your integration of the 5th dimension. You are living as a transcendent being, and you know exactly what works for you against the other realms. With this card, step into your Akashic records, knowing that this is your blueprint of your incarnation here and now, which again, right here. This card, especially from your heart that programs running from the ego, this card that would begin to link with your current presence. This card pair as well as cloud meditations trigger deeper inner child. Infinite possibilities will expand or be expressed. So you could be just going through a lot of downloads right now. It could be the energy that's visiting you, staying with you. I feel like you're breaking free from something, but like typically don't read the cards like this. Although many roads lead to the same place, they're unique and powerful. Traditions keep the legacy alive through our students and pass down with gifts. He comes to you when you ask to recognize the importance of the connection that you have with a heart filled with each person on this planet. It sits in the crown. You can also use a rose quartz or an old owl feather. The rose quartz is a spiritual into the crystal that serves and reminds you of the community of the cosmic forces. The cannabis expands the mind, programming deeper into learning, admiration, experience. When this card appears, ask yourself, where do I know my truths? Especially a daily ritual. Do I see the value in certain traditions? Are you ready to experience the benefits of being disciplined? Which is almost the same exact fucking message I gave you in the previous read. So you're definitely, whatever's happening with these transits is you're stepping into, keep hearing something with your DNA. You're stepping into whatever this is. So yeah, it does have to do with ascension too. But it's basically the same exact message. So again, you might want to do some research when it comes to certain cultures, civilizations, whatever you're pulled to. Because I almost feel like you're stepping out of something and into one, but that's not what the card is representing. It's becoming more with one. So, yeah, I don't know what that message is supposed to be. I'm trying to like word it differently, so I don't know. It's like almost stressing me out. So I don't know if you're stressed out about it. Like, you are who you are. Like, I don't think it's drastic. But I mean, it could be, and you just don't see it. I'm being told it is drastic, and you just don't see it. Well, other people see it, yeah, but so what is happening here? I think it's like that whole like 10-day challenge I was talking about. No, it's not, but that's a message for somebody. I don't. You probably don't even know what this is. I think it's coming in like from one of your ancestors or downloads. It's being downloaded. So if you feel energy around you or a certain presence, I wouldn't panic. It's whatever this energy is. Altering, I don't know if they're altering your DNA, just awakening your DNA. Because to me, you're going to settle into something. So again, it's kind of just something just unraveling here. This could suggest you're channeling through your feet versus your crown. The Shiver Stone does that too, guys. Her hands are unseen and the face is serene. The woman's tied up an additional element representing the surrender. So it could be something going on with your feet. You're noticing things maybe you haven't seen before. You're independent, and sometimes it means you follow your heart despite what other people think of you. Expressing what you want to express when you do, being vulnerable or not, living in the first hand. This is taking responsibility for the vibrations that are being sent out to you right now. Fucking fruit fly. This card can also appear when it's something when you're being too hard on yourself. So look at an issue from another perspective if there is one that arises. So some of you are channeling definitely through your feet versus your crown. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. It's almost like an invitation to like do it, you know? So, and I do think that's strange. When I hold certain crystals, instead of feeling it in my hand, it starts at my feet. And I've been noticing that with that newer crystal tower that I have. So the Shiver Stone also does that too. Trust in yourself, trust this energy, trust the downloads. I mean, I would definitely be careful driving, working, operating heavy machinery, anything like that. I feel like it's almost like you might feel loopy as if like medicated or something. There's other messages coming in here in regards to like just like vertigo, things like that, unsturdy on your feet. I don't think this is like trust. This is for your highest good. I think you're already fully aware of this. This is more like Again, it could be just like trusting yourself. You had another trust card up there, but it was different than this one. So I mean, you're stepping into like a blissful life. I mean, there's something very much like, maybe you're like, oh, what is I think it's more literally like, what the actual fuck is happening? Like, I hate energy like that, where it's like, I don't want to say I hate it, but like, it's almost like not knowing your fucking ass from your elbow. Like, you're questioning like what's happening. You know something's happening, but you don't know what's happening. Like, you're like in an altered state, and that can be frustrating. So that could be coming in for some of you guys very soon. And again, sexuality. So I was feeling a sexual energy. But to me, that I feel like this is saying something else. Almost like as if it's linked to like your aura. I don't think this card is, but the wind is carrying the musical note to activate your throat chakra. Birds bend for the golden light that pours out of your throat. Your ancestor delivers messages encoding into songs that were kept from under slavery, passing the ancient teachings down that were ripped from our homelands. Encourages you to embrace your sacred vocal cords and sing your heart out in the space between you and all to take your own power back. When this card appears, if you are resisting something within yourself and hiding your true power, use your voice and speak your truth. So it is something with your aura. But this card is like sexuality, like in the sense of like, it's just weird because I noticed the tongue too. And I don't want to assume that they're from the same culture, but there is something with roots. So again, it's like it's voice speaking things into fruition, like how you can like speak to water, whatever the case may be, speak to animals. Like it's definitely something new that it's hands down being activated. You might feel it in your feet more than your crown chakra, even though the crown chakra is still being activated with these planets, Mars, Pluto, Neptune. It is the higher chakras. So you might be feeling meridians, the energy through meridians. I mean, it's like, it is something with like sexuality. So I don't know if like, it's just your voice. I mean, it's obviously more than just your voice, but I mean, it's something. It's the way, it could be the way you present yourself. It's just, there's something about you, whatever gift it is you have, whatever one you're utilizing, whatever you're going after. Or like use that power, you know. Some people like just got pulled to like top model or something, you know, like a beautiful woman, you know, in the spotlight. You know, I keep getting pulled like Naomi in certain things, and it's like everybody just looks at her as a model. No one really is like down deep in her soul. But like, how do you know she doesn't have like a certain presence or an aura? I mean, she does, right? But like in the sense, like way deeper than just like what the collective sees. Like, how do you know she's not, you know, here to trigger people and work with like big wigs? I don't know, some weird message like that coming out, like in the sense of like, you never know, right? Somebody's capability or powers. This could be hidden, you could keep it private, or it could be public. And it's almost like the tongue too, like tradition. It's almost like, it's like the kiss tongue, known for the kiss tongue. So you might be known for something. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but the energies are definitely linked, as in like feminine, masculine energies, whatever the case may be. Choices. It's basically on you. Then you got confirmation. I like all the colors, how they're all vibing like that. Alchemy. It's your own magic. It's your own choice. It's your choice. I mean, it's almost like the gift will be given, right? It's already here. It's activated with a lot of people right now. This energy is activated. It's just a matter of if you tune into it and work with it. One thing leads to another. In the alchemy card, you have the bong with the glass of the mirror. The person depicted has to make a decision. Bong is the anatomy of the 4 planets together, shown on the table altar. Water, earth, spirit, air, fire all have a presence in alchemy. To work properly and connect to your higher selves. Almost reminds me of like the magician. Lavender might be really good right now for you too. When this card appears, you are being reminded that you always have a choice. Decisions come before actions, and the bong represents weighing the alternatives. If this card comes out to you and communicates with you, with the plant spirit pairing, determination, progress, and plan for the future, and find the ambition to make it happen as fast as you'd like. So let's get a card with the choices. Talked about the plant one, right? Wasn't that something else was paired with something earlier too? Meditation? No, it was something with like vegetation, plant supplements, right? Silicon, crystal technology. So you could work really good with crystals right now too. And we're just talking about certain crystals and feeling the energy through your feet. It is pink. Rose quartz might be a good one for you right now. Malachite for this one. It's just getting out of patterns when it has to do it yourself. Time to communicate with the crystal spirit realm. 12 strands of DNA, 12 chakras being activated and used. The more light it contains, the more information is obtained by the element. This card's telling you to listen to your clairaudient energies, telepathic energy, clairvoyant energies, and those abilities you have. Everything, our phones, computers, organisms inside, find time technology integrated from the way that you've done before. Thank the crystal within your home for any encounter, and even your phone crystal, because all beings are responsible on how they respond to human emotion. I think some of you are just going to discover something powerful within you. I don't know what it is. It's just the energy, your presence, your aura, something. It's how you're going to basically utilize it. It's going to be given to you. Or it's already given to you. It's going to be awakened within you. Let's put it that way. And it's going to be completely up to you what you choose to do. I'm trying to pick up like on a bigger message here. I mean, these are pretty big messages, but Again, you can work with crystals. You have somebody working with you, a guide, an ancestor, someone. You may notice the energy more in your feet than anything else. Use your voice. I think some energies definitely need to settle within. But it's making choices to like study something, look at something, go after something. It's staying disciplined to something. Starting a ritual, whether you're working with waters, whether you're working with crystals, whether you wake up and you thank the gods, whatever it may be. Ancient civilization, cultures, things like, just maybe do a little research on them. There's one particular tribe that you're definitely working with it. I don't know which one it is per se. Maybe after I can give it a look. I don't want to get too deep into reading right now with the contacts. My eyes are just kind of like, they're trying so hard to adjust. I don't want to give myself more of a headache here than I already have. So trying to find that focus. I gotta give it a few days to kick in. I don't know, I just feel like I'm really quiet. Like the answer's within. I know it seems like cliche to say, but like, I don't know. I just feel like you got to still yourself or something, like to feel it, recognize it, be one with it. Like, I don't know if you're bypassing this energy and you're just like, oh, it's just the energy. It's more than that. It's almost like there is an energy with you that needs to be like recognized. So I mean, you can just recognize it in the sense like, all right, I know you're here and I recognize you're here. I'm gonna try to tune in on that. I apologize. My apologies. Like however you talk to people, right? Just saying like, by you acknowledging it, you might benefit you. Like your brain will tell you to concentrate on it. I'm telling you, like I can feel something strange, like in my like root chakra right now. My whole stomach is completely numb, as if like I just got a shot of Novocaine. So I don't know what's going on. Like clearly it's some type of activation. I've just never felt an activation like that before ever. So again, it might be something new and like it's subsiding right now. So it could just be something where it's just like, oh, what was that? And you dismiss it, not really thinking about what it could be. You know what I mean? Like it's like you get a tingle in your foot and you're like, oh, you're not thinking anything of it, right? It's because it's probably something really subtle like that. Like I literally just said that out loud as like an example, and the next thing you know, my entire stomach, my entire uterus went numb. Because I acknowledged it. I don't know. Like acknowledge the activation, acknowledge the downloads. You're gonna feel things that you probably have never felt before, and you'll be like, "What the fuck?" And one of these cards just said it. I think it was that one. Sit with it, feel it. I don't know. I don't know. But the energy is like very calm, as in like you really should like go within, meditate, woosah, whatever the case may be, or just freaking pay attention to it. Malachite might work well with you. Malachite and rose quartz came out. Yeah, see, it's happening again in like my uterus. Like, I know that numbing feeling. I've had a couple C-sections. That's exactly kind of like what it feels like. It's strange. It's very strange. It's strange that I think it would even like start there. But I don't know. In the center, guys, I don't know. I don't know. So I almost think you can speak it into fruition. It's like already created. It's within you. It's just a matter of like what you do with it. I don't know. Like it's just a matter of how you want to work with it, how you want to experience it, what you want to experience, the depth you want to go. Because your DNA is being shifted, upgraded, activated, downloads are coming in. Like, it's a lot. And you have, not everybody, but some of you definitely have an ancestor, as somebody, a guide, somebody that's going to be with you. I wouldn't say for long, I'd say a few days while the veil is thin, coming in, activating. Majority of it is probably when you're sleeping, but I do think some of you are going to feel it, feel the energy around you, question whether or not it's like a loved one. I definitely think it's a loved one, but I think it's more than that. It's back, it's all the way back from your roots. It's somebody who's able to transmit energy through touch and being close to you. They're able to activate your clairvoyant energy, things like that. Like, so I don't think they're going to be around for long. It's gone by like Tuesday. So if you're having any strange experiences, I mean, if I were you guys, I would all get off of YouTube like when we wrap it up and just simply say something like I just said, because all I did was simply acknowledge the energy and my stomach went numb. That's not a normal occurrence. It's not, you know what I mean? It's something. And I've never felt it before. I've felt it in the feet. I've never felt the womb like that though. So when you feel something, acknowledge it. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's anything you're going to be able to Google, guys. Just like, thank you. I guess all I want to say is thank you for that. Like, you know, because this energy is only staying to like, it'll be like, really thank this person. You can think of every day, but I'd really thank this person, especially on the way out on Monday. Like seriously, like, I think you can feel this energy if you try. Like, you ever get that feeling like where you just feel so like warm, or like, that's more like a spirit, that's different. Like, what I'm trying to experience is like almost like you want to cry. It's almost like you want to cry because like you can feel the love, but like you don't know where it's coming from. I think it's part of this energy because it's there, and it's just like unexplainable. Like, so it's, oh yeah, there was something here with your emotions, right? Didn't I say so, one of these cards like unexplainable emotions? It was definitely in one of these cards. Choices, transcend. It's almost like you do have a choice, but almost like some of you, I want to say you don't have a choice. It's going to happen no matter what. The choice comes whether or not you're going to utilize this. So I'm assuming something's going to click. But I almost feel like some of you won't even know you have this ability until like you're just like talking or dancing or teaching or looking at something. Like it's not going to become obvious until like I said, like you talk out loud or you're dancing, like whatever it may be, like until you actually like do it. But I know it's hard to explain because it's like I have no idea what I'm talking about either in this sense. Like I can tell myself that it's okay, confusing energy. Like it's almost like you don't know because you don't know what it is or how to do it. So it's one of those things like somebody's just talking, they say something and it's like, oh wow, that really helped me talking, or like I talk to you guys, I figure things out. Like it's one of those things. So if I don't come on and ask questions or I don't look into it, then I'm not gonna fucking get my answer. Does that make sense? So it's not something where it's gonna be like, oh, what is this? What is this? It's just something I think that's just gonna come out the more you like it's a focal point. Like this should be a focal point for you. Okay. All right. I may be back later. I don't know. No, I probably won't be. But tomorrow or Sunday, I'll be back at some point, okay? I love you guys. Try to work with this energy and just be careful out there with anything with the electronics, machinery. Like I said, I mentioned it a couple days ago. We're going to be in this energy for a good like week or two, especially with like the shootings and things like that. It's the energy, right? It's intense. So it's how you handle the intensity of what ultimately you're experiencing. So this numbing is now going down to my thighs. So, you know, that it really just depends. Some of you, this is just happening when you're sleeping. Others when you meditate. Others just at different points during the day. Again, I really think it should be a focal point, and I really think you need to acknowledge that this energy is with you. Because some of you, this could be happening quicker than you think, and it could be scary. Whatever this, I just heard gestation period is. And it's funny because there's a card in the crystal. I mean, a person in the crystal. And it's ironic when I do meditate or I put anything near my crown, I do picture myself climbing into a crystal. It's just something I've always done. So it's really how it's the depth that you're going to endure in accordance to how you choose to step into this energy, whatever this is. Like I feel a numbing. Like should I say like, okay, so I feel that I acknowledge it. Like, all right, now what? Like, can you guide me? Or like if it's not like that, it could be more like could be something with the color peach where you guys really strong right now. But like in the sense of like, again, maybe it's just thank you. And then when you have time, think about what that felt like later in the day. That feeling might come back. Maybe you can go a little further into it. I think you can definitely take yourself into some translucent type energy here and take a wild ride into freaking some realm. I have no idea. This is not energy I think you can really play with yet. It's too new, whatever this is. But I'd certainly freaking acknowledge it, that's for sure. Because, I mean, I don't know what to make of the whole transformation, of the whole numbing of the uterus, and now it's in my thighs, right? So it's linked to whatever that reading is as soon as I acknowledge the energy, I mean, Mingya, as soon as I acknowledged that energy, it was like, all right, feel this. Okay. Thank you. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I feel like I got to step away from the reading. Like I got to wrap my head around some things, which is odd. So again, I think you guys might get in that energy where you don't know how to wrap your head around something. So I don't know, just definitely be patient on yourself, guys, whatever you're experiencing. And again, it's one of those things, make sure you're eating good, or just, not too much water, but enough water. You just also pay attention to your health in the sense of like with ascension and stuff, right? The basics. Don't get up too quick, especially after meditation or just like in general. Just again, even with where the planets are placed, and not to mention the veils are super thin right now too. So you might just experience that. Yeah, but that's typically like from like a different realm or like a projection energy. This is more like the energy is with you and activating your DNA, or is some type of downloads. So yeah, I'm gonna step out of this energy in a very gentle way, I guess. So however you want to interpret these messages. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. Bye guys.